Hi, my name is Okan. I'm 25 years old. I graduated from... Stop. Sounds correct, but weak. If you introduce yourself like this in a job interview, you sound like every other candidate. There is nothing technically wrong with what you said, but there's also nothing memorable. Nothing that makes the interviewer think, I want to hear more. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Most people lose the interview in the first 30 seconds. Not because their English is bad, but because their introduction is boring. Today, I'm going to show you why this safe introduction is hurting you and how to fix it step by step. Number 1. Why this introduction sounds weak. First problem is robotic. When you say, hi, my name is, I'm from 25 years old, I graduated from, it sounds memorized. It sounds like something you practiced in front of the mirror. There is no rhythm, no personality, no intention. Interviewers can feel it immediately, and when something feels rehearsed, it doesn't feel confident. It feels safe. Second problem, it's informational, not impactful. You're given facts, age, university, degree. The interviewer is not thinking, oh, 25 years old, that's interesting. They are thinking, how is this person useful to us? Your introduction should answer one silent question. Why should we care? Facts don't create interest. Value does. Third problem, it has no positioning. This is the most important one. Positioning means how you define yourself professionally. Are you a recent graduate looking for opportunities, or a junior engineer who specializes in renewable energy systems? Those two sound very different. The first sounds like someone asking, the second sounds like someone offering. When you say, I graduated from, you are describing your past. When you say, I focus on, you're positioning your future. And interviewers reward positioning. Because confident candidates don't just list facts, they frame themselves strategically. So the problem is not your English, it's your strategy. And once you fix that, your introduction stops sounding like a school presentation and starts sounding like a professional conversation. Number 2, what interviewers actually want. Let me tell you something that changes everything. Interviewers are not listening to your introduction the way you think they are. They are not sitting there thinking, how old is this person? Where are they from? What was their childhood dream? They don't care about your age. They don't care about your hometown. And they definitely don't want your life story. That might sound harsh, but it's freeing. Because now you understand something important. A job interview is not about you as a person. It's about you as a solution. When an interviewer asks, tell me about yourself, they are not asking for biography. They're asking, why should we hire you? They are listening for 4 things: value, relevance, confidence, clarity. Value means, what can you bring? Relevance means, how does your background connect to this role? Confidence means, do you sound like you believe in yourself? Clarity means, can you communicate your ideas simply and directly? In the first 30 seconds, the interviewer is already forming a story about you. Are you junior or capable? Passive or proactive? Average or focused? Your introduction controls that story. So instead of asking yourself, what should I say about myself? Ask this instead. What do I want them to think about me? That's positioning. And once you understand that, you stop introducing yourself like a student and start introducing yourself like a professional. Number 3, the better structure. So, if the robotic version doesn't work, what does? Here is the structure that instantly makes you sound professional. 3 steps. That's it. Step 1, present position or identity. Not your age, not your hometown, not your university first. Start with who you are professionally. For example, I am a junior marketing specialist with experience in social media campaigns. Notice the difference. You didn't say, I graduated from. You said who you are. You sound active. Even if you are a recent graduate, you can position yourself. I am a recent business graduate focused on digital marketing strategies. See? Focused, not lost. Step 2, your key strength or focus. This is where you show value. I specialize in increasing engagement and building brand presence. Now, you're not just describing yourself, you are describing impact. Another example, I focus on optimizing processes and improving team efficiency. Or, my main strength is data analysis and turning insights into actionable strategies. This is where you separate yourself from the average introduction. Step 3. Why you are here. This is where confidence shows. I am excited about this role because it aligns with my experience in campaign management and I believe I can contribute immediately. Or I'm particularly interested in this position because your company's focus on sustainability matches the projects I have worked on. Now your introduction has direction. It's not random, it's connected. And here is what's powerful about this structure. It answers the interviewer's silent question. Why you? Without you saying I'm hardworking, without you saying I'm responsible, without using empty adjectives. Instead of saying you are valuable, you show it. That's the difference between sounding like a student and sounding like a professional. And once you start introducing yourself like this, the entire tone of the interview changes. Because now you're not asking for a job, you are presenting yourself as a fit. Number 4. Before versus after comparison. Let's make this real. Same candidate, same English level, same experience, but two completely different impressions. First, the weak version. Hi, my name is Okan. I'm 25 years old. I graduated from Istanbul University. I studied business administration. I am a hardworking and responsible person. I want to improve myself in your company. Nothing is grammatically wrong, but listen to how it feels. It sounds safe, it sounds rehearsed, it sounds like every other candidate. You don't know what Okan is good at. You don't know what he focuses on. You don't know why he is a strong fit. Now, let's hear the confident version. I am a recent business administration graduate with a strong focus on digital marketing and brand growth. During my studies, I worked on several campaign projects where I helped increase engagement through targeted content strategies. I am particularly excited about this role because it allows me to apply those skills in a fast-growing company like yours. Same person, same background, but now he sounds positioned, he sounds relevant, he sounds intentional. Notice what changed. He didn't talk about his age. He didn't say he is hardworking. He didn't say he wants to improve himself. He showed direction. He showed value. He connected his experience to the company. And that's the key. Interviews are not about sounding perfect. They're about sounding aligned. Let me leave you with this. Interviews are not about telling your story. They are about shaping your image. You don't need more grammar. You don't need bigger words. You don't need to sound advanced. You need to sound relevant. Stop trying to impress with information. Nobody's impressed by your age. Nobody's impressed by your hometown. Nobody is impressed by a list of facts. Start positioning yourself with value. Who are you professionally? Who do you focus on? Why does that matter for this role? That's what changes everything. When you introduce yourself strategically, the interviewer doesn't have to guess who you are. You tell them clearly, calmly, confidently. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.